All right, welcome back to the channel. So, another person involved with an investigation with Tyson Fury has a change in heart about talking to authorities regarding Tyson Fury's cheating. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So, Tyson Fury tested positive for a performance enhancing drug after a Christian Heyman fight back. I do believe that was in 2015, might have been 2014, but I do believe it's 2015. And after that test, or after that fight, he took a test for performance enhancing drugs, failed the test. Nobody was alerted to it until after his next fight against Vladimir Klitschko. But after his fight with Vladimir Klitschko, the world finds out that Tyson Fury failed a test for performance enhancing drugs. Okay. Now he fights it and says, "Oh, I didn't. That was a accidental ingestion of nandrolone, and the way that took place is that I was eating wild boar meat, uncastrated boar meat that a man named Martin Carefoot sold me." Right? That was his excuse. That was his excuse. Similar to the excuse, you've heard these type of excuses before. Like Canelo Alvarez saying I ate bad meat. Another woman said that she slept with her husband. She was sleeping with her boyfriend. She swallowed fluids. And as a result, she tested positive for the performance enhancing drugs that he was on. The dog ate my homework type of excuse. So Tyson Fury gives this dog ate my homework type of nonsense. And he goes to battle in court over a series of years. Eventually, the people that he is going back and forth with it over, which is the British Boxing Board of Control, they face bankruptcy because of the cost of the litigation, and they decide that, look, this is not worth it anymore. We're going to give Tyson Fury a retroactive 2-year suspension and let him come back to the sport. Right? The dog ate my homework, and just keeping people in court and making them spend a bunch of money allows Tyson Fury to get back in the boxing ring. Right now, after Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in the second fight, the guy Martin Carefoot, who testified that he had given, who was originally said that he was the one that sold Tyson Fury the wild boar meat, he says, "No, I didn't do that. That's not the case. It was made up. Somebody asked me to help Tyson Fury out, and I said, okay." And then as things started getting the heat started going up, they came back to me and said, "Hey, I'll give you 25,000 pounds if you stick with the story." So he decided to stick with the story. But now he's coming out and saying, "Look, these guys never even paid me my $25,000. I'm sitting here feeling like a liar, and they got over on me." So he called Frank Warren. Frank Warren tells him to call UCAD or BBOC, one of the two, and he calls him, whatever. And now it's in the media, and everybody knows that Tyson Fury, this guy Martin Carefoot, recanted his testimony and said that no, he never sold him the wild boar meat. Right? So that's what gets us to where we are right now. Now, just this weekend, a reporter. Now, this is the thing, man. These media people are just so full of it. Like, you have to read the headline and then actually read the article to see that the headline doesn't reflect what it actually says in the article. Being a discerning reader. And most people are not. They'll just read the headlines, and it'll say Martin Carefoot recants his testimony, which is not true. He did not say that. What Martin Carefoot did, Martin Carefoot said to a reporter that called him, "Look, this has been bad news for me from the beginning. I don't want anything to do with it. This has been bad news for me from the beginning. I don't want anything to do with it anymore. I don't want anything to do with it." Now, does that sound like he recanted something? No, it doesn't. It sounds like a reporter called him and asked him about it, and he told the guy, "Look, this has been nothing but trouble since this stuff started. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Leave me alone." For all we know, that is just a conversation between Martin Carefoot and a reporter where Martin Carefoot says, "Leave me alone. I'm sick of people harassing me. I'm sick of people bothering me about this. I don't want anything to do with it. Just leave me alone." Now, how you go from "just leave me alone, I'm sick of people bothering me" to "I am lying, I lied, I really did give him the boar meat," right? How you jump from one to the other is beyond me. However, because, like I've said in multiple videos, I'm going to say in this one again, the boxing media, by and large, acts like a public relations wing of a promotional company. They will use that bit of information from Martin Carefoot to try to sell people on the idea that, oh, look, Martin Carefoot retracted, nothing to see here, right? Now, why would Martin Carefoot, excuse me, why I forgot to turn this phone off. Why would Martin Carefoot all of a sudden say something like, "I'm just sick of this, it's been a bunch of trouble and leave me alone"? Could it be because there's a bunch of people associated with Tyson Fury that will harass you day in and day out on your phone, through your email, probably in person, right? If somebody knows where you live, is there a chance of that being the case? Absolutely, positively. That's what I think the situation would be, because I've been in the situation of saying that I think things about Tyson Fury, and I think that Tyson Fury, for example, I believe Tyson Fury cheated in the first fight and the second fight, and that Tyson Fury, and because Tyson Fury has a very long track record of cheating, somebody should do something about Tyson Fury before this big ass dude turn around and kill somebody in the ring, because he feels like he can't win a fight, so he's just going to go to, or there's a chance that he might not be able to win a fight, so he's just going to pull out all the stops, right? No, man, eventually, dude, this guy's going to wind up hurting somebody. The dude is bad for boxing because it's just I personally think he's bad for boxing because the guy I don't know of anybody that I can find that much dirt on in the sport of boxing. Tyson Fury has got to be one of the dirtiest fighters inside the ring and outside the ring in boxing. And now, why would Martin Carefoot, though, be getting harassed, right? Same reason that Tyson Fury's team, and I don't necessarily even call it fans, I believe it's literally bots from his team, will go out there just like Eddie Hearn, they did for Anthony Joshua, and they will just go on a harassment campaign with you, right? For example, I'll do a video about Tyson Fury, say it gets, like 5,000 views, and there's 500, there might be 500 likes, there might be, 100 dislikes, but if you look at the comment section, it's the same people coming over and over and over and over again, leaving the same comment literally on one video, and then moving to another video and leaving the exact same cut and paste comment, and then they'll go to another video and leave the exact same cut and paste comment. It's like, look, man, you're trying to stem, or you're trying to cut short a conversation that's taken in the public about Tyson Fury, but underhanded means. But what would prevent them from doing that, seeing as they do that type of crap during fights? But look, Martin Carefoot did not retract what he said. Martin Carefoot said, "I don't want anything to do with it. Leave me alone." He's talking to a specific person calling him on the telephone. That is not the same thing as if the British Boxing Board of Control called them and said, "Hey, Mr. Carefoot, I'd like to follow up on the note that you sent me. What can you give me? Can you give me the receipts that you have? Can you give me the information that you say you have? Let me look, and so we can look at it and we can put it in the file. And if Tyson Fury ever says, that he's going to come back and he applies for a license with the British Boxing Board of Control, then we would have had our information from our investigation, and then we'll deal with him if he reapplies for a license." That type of conversation could have happened with the British Boxing Board of Control a month ago, for all we know, because Martin Carefoot gave that information out, or he said he came out into the public. That was over 2 months ago that he did that. And now somebody's asking him just now, and he's saying, hey, man, look, this has been trouble from the beginning. I don't want anything to do with this. Leave me alone. Again, that does not mean that he has not already given the information, given whatever information that he has, and provided his statements to UCAD or to the British Boxing Board of Control already. So it is just a real big leap. It's a real big leap to say that Martin Carefoot retracted what he said. And you know what's going to happen now, right? If you're in a conversation, if you're on Twitter, or if you're in you do a video on it, you're going to have a bunch of people saying, Martin Carefoot said that he was lying. Martin Carefoot retracted. Martin Carefoot retracted. Right? Because once you put something out there in a headline like that, people are going to run around with it and claim that that's the case. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether or not a bunch of people out in the media or a bunch of boxing fans and forums and all that believe or do not believe that Martin Carefoot retracted his statement. The only thing that matters is whether or not Martin Carefoot actually retracted his statement that he made to the British Boxing Board of Control and to UCAD. And if he's already provided the information to them and answered their questions for him, he might not have to be involved anymore. They could have the testimony and say, okay, we'll call you if we need you. We'll call you if you need you, if this thing ever gets to the point where we need to handle it when Tyson Fury reapplies for his application for his license. So, it's just a bunch of crap. But anyway, I had to cover it. These dudes are just sneaky as the day is long with the media. Now, I'm not saying that Tyson Fury intimidated anybody or anything. I don't know if that's the case, obviously, but I have a suspicion that Martin Carefoot probably already gave whatever information that he had to UCAD and the British Boxing Board of Control, because it already happened a while ago. And now you have reporters trying to follow up and ask him questions about it. And he's telling them to bug off. I don't want anything more to do with it, because the more he says, the more harassment he's going to get. Anyway, that's my take on the situation. I'll let you know if anything else comes up. Hey, please make sure to subscribe, like, share the videos. Thank you to everybody that supports over there on the Patreon. Thank you to everybody that supports in the live streams Monday through Friday and as a channel member. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.